Так, дитё сдано, мать готова. А где все?
I don't know. Отправила сообщение. Ну, всего 4 человека.
It's not bad. Что-то никого нет. Может быть, все перепутали? Ну ладно, ждем. Как дела? Все хорошо?
Yeah, nice.
Okay. We have a little bit sunshine today. Such a rare weather for St. Petersburg, especially recently. You know,
Yeah,
for the last few days it was snowing, and it felt like
it was
we have to celebrate New Year's again. But today is real spring, I hope.
Yeah, it's about 10 degrees above zero today. It's really very pleasant weather.
You know, look, when we talk about temperature, you don't need to say above zero. In English, we usually say like if the weather is cold, we say like 5 degrees below zero. If we talk about warm weather, it's obvious that it's not below zero if you don't specify it. So you don't need to say it. Just, 10 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit.
10 degrees, okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'll try to remember.
In Spanish, you need to say above and below, right? Or
yeah, you can.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Because sometimes we trying to translate from the language we know better. For example, I have a student; she speaks French very well, and every time I can hear she translates from French. So the phrases she makes and the way that she makes the phrases, they are so typically French. It's really funny. And I say, Katya, do you translate from French? She's like, yes. Что-то где people?
Nice.
People.
Nice. Well, people, maybe I should send.
Нет, там я Янечку пригласила нашу, так что будет забавно, если никто не придет. Ну ладно, ничего страшного. I'm trying to be philosophical to everything.
Yeah, it's a good point of view, but where the hell are the people?
I don't know. Did you see? Have you seen the video I posted yesterday about mother of two children? A happy mother of two children song? No.
Yeah. In Russian, right?
Yeah.
It was so funny. It's so true.
It is funny, and it's so true. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I say like lifeful or
Жизненно.
truthful?
Сейчас я думаю, жизненно, да, ты хочешь сказать?
Yeah.
I'm thinking how to say it. It's very close to. No. I'm thinking how to say it. It's true life. You can say it's very true to life, something like that. It's very close to life. Or you can say it's a real life song, something like that.
One of the students sent me a message that they entered, but there is no one.
What time did they enter?
Now there are 3 people there, and I will send another link one more time. The same link, but I don't know why they don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't know. I'm a very bad PC user.
It happens not for the first time.
Oh, really? It happened before?
Yeah.
Почему не работает? So.
Hello.
Hey, we have some people.
Yeah, we've got Olga here.
We have Olga.
Am I first? Because to the link,
The
gave
link was
me the wrong conversation, and there were three of us there without organizers.
Okay. Because we were with Luca together and we were like, where are everybody? Where is everybody?
Everybody in another room, I think.
I don't get it. I don't get it why this happens all the
I don't
time.
know.
Almost not.
It's just the second time.
Mhm.
I'm sending the same links, and there is no they they don't differ from each other. And why people get into another room, I don't understand it really.
Yes, yeah,
I'm working on it.
I saw both links are just the same. That's
Just the
fantastic.
same, yeah. But every time I send a link to Polina gets into the right room. I don't
That's
know why.
that's a miracle.
Yeah, something that we unexplainable. Can I say so? Polina?
Yeah, difficult to explain. Something unexplainable. No, difficult to explain.
Difficult to explain. Yeah,
Mm.
possible to explain. Okay,
So we
so I'm
have Елизавета, we have Oля, we have Tatiana, and Tatiana is new.
Yes, hello to everyone.
I will remind you to just a second. I would like to remind to everyone that we have some rules here that when during our club we are trying to keep our videos off and our microphones off while someone is speaking because it uh, makes the connection and the quality of sound bad. So we are trying to make it more comfortable to for listening. So in this case, we are just keeping our microphones and videos off. So these are just little rules we are trying to follow. So Tatiana, welcome to our club. A couple words about yourself because Olga and Elizaveta, they have already participated before.
Hello, my name is, as you know already, Tanya. So I live in Moscow. Originally, I was born in Ukraine and graduated from university there. I'm an actress. My specialty in the institute was an actress of puppet theater. But now I still work in puppet theater and also making movies and different creative stuff. That's it.
Cool. That's very interesting. I think in our company you are the only actress because usually we have people of different profession here, and it's very nice to welcome such a creative person. Okay, so welcome, Tanya. And today we are going to discuss modern addictions. Okay, so today our topic is not very entertaining. Okay, because addiction is something that is closely related to even a sickness, right? So sometimes it could be even a diagnosis which should be cured by a doctor. So I sent you, well, not I, our administrator Olga sent you a couple of articles. Okay, one article was I think written by a psychologist about addiction to the phone. Okay, telephone addiction, and another one is just a list of 10 addictions which are popular right now in the modern world. So I would like to suggest that we start from the first one, the one about telephone addiction, because it's one of the most common right now, and of course we're going to talk about any other addictions as well. So tell me, do you agree or disagree with an article about telephone addiction?
Well, let me be first.
Sure.
I agree generally, and of course, today using telephones is a very popular action activity. Um, um, I think everybody has some kind of phone, and even old generation change their old phones into modern ones, or planchettes, or
Tablets. Tablets.
tablets, or smartphones, to be in connection with other people. So regarding my mom, really, she's not old, of course, but she's a previous generation, and before she wasn't used to using internet often, but now she has a modern smartphone, and she can go to the internet, and she use it more and more often, every day.
So you think that your mom is getting addicted to the...
No, I'm far from thinking this, but I see a general tendency in
Trend.
our society,
Society.
and I think maybe more young people is likely to addict to phones,
To
because
be addicted.
to be addicted to phones, because their mind is maybe weaker and more подвержен, more
could be easily affected. Could be easily affected.
could
or
be easily affected
by something.
to any
By.
addiction.
Well, I'm sorry. Could be easily affected by something.
Could be easily affected by any addiction. That's my general idea.
Okay. So you think that in general this article is true, that that there is a trend that right now people are more addicted to their phones. So Елизавета and Tanya, what do you think about this article in general?
So in general, I also agree with the article, but I think it's on the one hand, yes. It's like a lot of people. We see a lot of people in the subway, I don't know, in the streets, who browsing in their cell phones and doesn't look on the roads, on people around. And I think it's one of the way of like running away from the real life. But on the other hand, I can tell that, for example, then just, I don't know, Skype was developed. It was totally happiness for my parents, because I could live in, for example, Georgia for half a year, and my parents in Mariupol in Ukraine, and we could talk every day, and they could see me, and all this stuff. Because then I don't know, one was then I studied in university, for example. On my first year, I had to go somewhere to have a possibility to call my parents, I don't know, and talk with them. So I think that all this stuff like cell phones and everything makes our life much easier, and help us to communicate with other people. Yes, but on another hand, I think that I am cell phone addicted too, because I'm browsing in Instagram and Facebook, and I spend a lot of time for this stuff.
So here, here we are talking about addiction to social networks, not only to your phone, but also it's an addiction. Yes, to be in different social networks.
But the same thing, because I can tell that, especially for my parents, they doesn't call me because
they don't.
Because they don't call me because they could, I don't know, check my page in Facebook.
Right, they cannot check his page. Well, you know, another question of mine was, for example, people are addicted to their phones, like to usage of their phones. And one of the thought from the article was that it helps them not to feel lonely. So it creates a fake atmosphere of but the person is not lonely, for example. So you have your phone, you're able to check your friends' status on Facebook or different social networks, or you can do the text messaging, and it helps you to feel as a part of a society. But in reality, you are alone. Okay, you still stay alone in your apartment. You don't communicate, you don't interact with real people. So what do you think about that? So, because one of the thoughts of this article was that also by using not only a cell phone, but just a phone in general, right? You stay away from the society, like you stay in your own shell, right? In your own, how to say it? You in your space.
Yeah, Colin, can I say?
Sure, of course.
I don't think it's bad, you know. For example, I love this progress, even for that I don't need to be close to people to be heard by them, you know.
So we all turn into autists, right? We
It's not about that. I want to communicate to people whom I love, for example, yeah, or my closest ones. But I don't want to communicate to everybody too much in Moscow, for example. So it's great. I think it's very.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the idea that you use your phone just to like a special device that helps you to protect from other people. No, for example, some people can stay at home without even interacting with their friends because they can text message them, right? Because they can call them and they don't need to see them, like they don't need to meet. But I'm talking about this now.
Really? Do you think so?
Well,
I don't know.
I was always to me it's absolutely normal, but I was like that even before the phones. Okay, I remember my first telephone. It was Nokia 3310. You know, it was very heavy telephone. But also I know that I'm very self-sufficient person. I don't need anyone. Okay, I can stay at home reading books, watching movies. I don't need anyone. I like to see my friends. I like to go out, but sometimes I just need time for myself, and I'm absolutely fine with that. But right now we are talking about that we are all getting addicted to different things, and especially phone. But also there was one thought in this article that we use phone as a tool to control people, like to control your children, to control your relatives, to control your boyfriends, girlfriends, right? To control. So it gives you the idea of power, right? That you're able to control the things that happens in your life. And for example, when you when you leave your house without a phone, then you feel like you missing something, like like you're empty. Елизавета, do you have anything to say about that?
А что-то у меня не отключается.
Отключилась.
Включил? Do you hear me?
Да. Yes,
Oh,
I can
okay,
hear you.
okay. Sorry. Yes, I'm definitely phone addicted person. And I think that phone allows me to control my life at first place, because for me, my cell phone is a way to contact if something happens to people, to my relatives or to my kids. And when I go somewhere, I'm very bad in orientation. I can lost in 3 trees, can get lost. So I use always the maps, Google Maps, and if I am driving, I use Yandex Navigator. And the phone is a tool for me for controlling my life. I feel safe when I have phone with me, and and I agree that when I forget phone at home, I feel not safe. I feel anxiety, because I understand that if something will happen, I can't. Can't it's a feeling that I can't do anything.
I
Can
won't be able.
ask for help. Huh?
Won't be able.
Can
If we
be
talk
able,
about
yes.
can in the future, I won't be able.
Yes, I won't be able.
Right, but so you agree that you are addicted to your phone,
Absolutely.
and but do you think it's a diagnosis that has to be cured, or?
I think that my the person of the people of my age, they are not so addicted, but the kids, I have got my first telephone when I was something about 20 years old, maybe
Yeah, me too.
19. So I have a long life before the phone. And I remember how to talk to friends and how to play games. I don't know how to communicate, but I think that for my kids, it's a big threat, because I know that kids now after school, they don't go walk together or play some table games. They go home and they chat in the cell phone, or they can sit nearby each other, and in their cell phones they typing something all the time. So all the communication is ruined. You know, and I think that for the next generations, it will be a big problem.
Okay. Yes, I think you're right. Definitely. But if we are talking, I guess you're about my age, right? 35, something like that.
Yes, I'm 35.
Okay. I'm a little bit older, but I decided it's my age. So I absolutely agree with Elizaveta that right now when I look at the teenagers outside on the street or near the school, I can see them typing all the time in their telephone something. So they do spend a lot of time chatting or doing something on social networks. But if we are talking about ourselves, do you think that you have addictions not only to cell phone but any other addictions like modern addictions?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I seriously convinced that I have addiction to movies.
hmm
And
I know because you
when
watch a lot of movies. I know a lot of movies and TV series. I
yeah,
remember.
yeah. Actually, we watch movies every day. So during working days, we watch TV series, and during weekends, we watch um, uh, just long movies. And when I admitted this, I try to check this addiction. So I try to check if it addiction or not.
Mhm.
So I try uh, to get rid of watching a movie one day, and told about this to my husband, and he was really upset. And he said, "Oh, why we don't we can't watch this film? We have free time, so why not to watch it?" So when I tried to explain about addiction, he disagreed with me, and he didn't admit this addiction, but
his behavior was 100% classic for addicted person, right?
Yeah, but I understand that I also addicted. I'm also addicted to the same to the same passion, because it's also difficult for me to confront with this temptation.
Yes.
I mean, watching something. And many years ago, when we just started dating with my future husband, we had a lot to do together. We played some games. We went for a walk. We went to museums, so on. But now we are more likely to stay at home and watch something interesting, because we found several really nice resources where there are a lot of really of high quality movies and shows. So it they substitute our reality.
So, do you think your addiction is actually dangerous to you, or it's just an addiction that can absolutely fine exist in the same time? So, does it disturb your life, or you can be perfectly fine with it or without it?
It doesn't disturb our life, just to the point that two of us agree with it. So we just on the
Exactly.
same stage, on the same level. But if it had been different, I think we would have some problems. But now we are okay, and I think if we want really badly to get rid of this habit, we will do it.
Well, I think it's until you have enough time, you can do it. When you don't have time, you will start watching. Trust me.
Well, yes, I agree.
When you have time to watch it, sure, why not? Because you are happily married couple, and you would like to spend an evening together. And I think it's a great way just to be together and then to discuss something you watched maybe. Okay, Елизавета and Tanya and Loka, do you have any addictions?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, okay.
Okay, I guess Tatiana, go ahead.
Okay.
Tanya, go ahead.
Am I here?
Sure. Yes, you're here.
So I want to tell that I don't know about film addiction. I don't know, watching film addiction. I can tell that maybe I'm addicted, but from watching movies, because me and my husband watch movies every day. Sometimes two movies, but I never thought that I don't know, it is addiction, because in this case we can tell that our life consists with different addictions. Yes, maybe it's addictions, but maybe it habits. Yes, because for example, if I like drink coffee every morning, is this addiction, or is this just my habit? Yeah.
Tanya, it's 100% addiction. Coffee, it contains caffeine, and it makes people addicted to it. So coffee drinking is 100% addiction.
Yes, but if I don't drink, I don't know, a lot of coffee, I don't know, 2 liters a day of coffee. I don't think that's it's addiction, because it doesn't kill me. So
So when maybe we need to agree what we think addiction is. Addiction is something that you like to do, or to drink, or to eat, and when you don't do it, you don't feel comfortable without it. So in this case, right, well, you don't feel comfortable. For example, if you don't drink coffee, sometimes you can experience a headache, or as Elizaveta said, when she leaves her phone, she has a feeling of anxiety, right? So she feels anxious. So something like that. Addiction is not necessarily something that like a drug addiction or alcohol addiction.
I understand I understood your point, but anyway, if we lose something in our life, I don't know if we can speak, for example, about love addiction. Yes, if I love somebody, I want to see this person. Yes, but it's the really thin, like strict, thin line between, I think, between habits and between addictions. So that's what I wanted to tell.
Tatiana, it's very funny. Once I had a conversation with psychologist, and she asked me, "Tell me, Polina, what do you think love is?" And I said, well, and I was like 25. And I said, oh my God, love is when you want to see a person, is when you want to talk a person all the time, you want to touch the person all the time, to share all your free time with this person. And she said, no, it's not love, it's an addiction. Okay?
No, I'm not talking about to see the person and share all the time.
Because to me, before, I wanted to be with the person all the time. I was like a crazy, so I was addicted to very fastly to the person I liked. Okay, so my idea of love was different. Okay.
I think if speaking about this kind of relations, it's addiction, and also I was love addicted. I was addicted all of things, but I think in my life I try to rid of them, because I was I don't know, alcohol addicted, smoking addicted, love addicted. What else?
So in general, you're addicted to life, right?
Yeah.
It's also addiction. Okay. To enjoy your life 100%.
No, I'm not sure, but I try. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Elizaveta, you wanted to say something?
I forgot the first question. I was listening to Tanya, and I have thoughts, and I forgot what was your question.
We were talking about our addictions. Ola said that she's addicted to watching movies.
I see. Yes, I remember what I want to say. I am addicted to movies, definitely, but if we are talking about habits and addiction, because it's a really interesting question, I think that I have exactly the addiction because I can't stop. I know that I have to go to bed, for example, at 11 o'clock, and I have to stop watching, but I can't, and I go at 1 o'clock at the night, and I'm very angry for myself about it because I will have not enough sleep, but I'm still do it, and it's very hard for me to stop myself and to go to bed when I need to. So
Yes,
so it's not
you're
habit.
absolutely right.
It's not habit for me, it's addiction. But I want to say that when I was a kid, and there was no TV shows like it is now, and no such possibilities to watch what you want, I was addicted to books. I did the same thing. I took a
me too.
book, and till I finish it, I don't go to bed. I could
I
finish
didn't.
book yes, at 3 o'clock in the morning, at 4 o'clock in the morning, and next day I have to go to school. So I have
Yes, I
all
did
the same
exactly the same.
problems with books.
Yes, I remember there was a time when I was 11 or 12, and I don't know how, but in my apartment I found books about Angelica. Probably everybody read books about Angelica, and there are how many? I don't know, 5 or 6 of them. And I could stay reading this crazy book about crazy love of Angelica, I don't know, all night long, and nobody could make me go to sleep. I stayed covered with my blanket with a flashlight, you know. But yes, you're absolutely right. I couldn't stop.
And I think that TV movies, they are just another way to go to another reality, to take your mind out of your life, of your обыденность, of your
everyday life.
Yes, and just to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
you know, my Lyoka, would you like to confess?
Yeah, sure. I'm thinking of it. Well, I've got some addictions, I think. Well, one of them is an addiction to extreme sports, and another to travelings, and the last one maybe general to some physical exercises and sport. That means that if I don't practice one of these three things regularly, I don't feel good. So if I don't
So
travel,
you sound very healthy. Travel could be limited by amount of money you have, so it's not really
and extreme sports
very heavy.
well, you know. And I haven't practiced extreme sports for a lot of years. Well, I was pregnant for some time, and then 6 years ago I gave birth.
For 9 months, to be precise.
I could.
For some time. Sounds funny. I was pregnant for some time.
Yeah.
You're not an elephant. Just 9 months. Okay.
Yeah, to continue extremes as I did before. So, but I try to travel now, and it's almost a half year I've been in Moscow without getting out, and that drives me crazy. You know, I'm looking forward to
But
go.
look, tell me something. Do you have some bad addictions? Like, I don't know, like Tanya said, maybe browsing your phone, or you're addicted, I don't know, to smoking, or you're addicted to some, I don't know, something bad. Like but everything you listed is just good things.
I smoke sometimes. Yeah, I can smoke like
But
2 times.
Is it an addiction? Because if the process can be controlled, it's not an addiction.
Well, I have to give it up every time, and it's not easy.
Okay, I understand. So a little bit of smoking is your vice.
Yeah, and I can drink.
When I
But it's not an addiction.
Yeah, sure. Everything is under control. Well, because when I'm listening to you, you sound perfectly normal and healthy people to me. Because, for example, I'm definitely addicted to social networks, and for me, it's a big problem. And there was one girl, Anna, last time. She also discussed, well, it was her idea actually to discuss addictions. And unfortunately, she's not present today. Addiction to text messaging. To such as like Viber or WhatsApp, right? For sometimes you receive a message and you feel that you are obliged to answer. You feel that you're obliged to answer, and I also call it addiction. So I'm also addicted to text messaging, and of course coffee. Coffee is my addiction number one. So what do you think about addiction to social networks and to different messengers. How do you have this addiction? How do you fight with this addiction? And do you think that this addiction could be cured independently, or sometimes there is maybe necessity to call for doctor? Because, for example, I can describe my feelings that when I trying to control myself and I don't use my phone and I don't browse network like social networks, I don't feel good. I feel an urge to go and take it and start doing it again.
Well, can I say?
Sure.
Well, I don't think that I have such a problem, though my situation is just a little bit different from the usual one, because I work in internet, especially social media like Facebook. It is my working stuff. I have to use it and to send messages, and also I work with clients and teachers, and I text a lot in Skype and messages and WhatsApp sometimes. But it's a part of my work. But last year I spent about 5 or 6 months with the phone Nokia with buttons. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, because I know that I was available and everyone could send me a message, and I would answer it at home.
Like a regular text message, not any messengers, of course.
Yeah, just and they can reach me in Messenger and in WhatsApp when I stay at home, right? But if I get out, I know that I get out and they can only call me or send SMS, and that was really great because almost nobody called me, and I enjoyed this freedom. That was nice. And so I decided that that if I didn't feel myself bad, and I really enjoyed it, so I don't feel that I don't have this problem.
I think I need to do the same. I think I think I need to buy a cheap phone and just try to stay without a smartphone, at least when I go outside. But I work online as well, and it's always my excuse, okay, that I'm doing this because I need it for work, and sometimes I understand I don't need it for work. Okay, I watch Instagram. Who needs Instagram for work? Well, especially in my case. So I repeat the question. So do you think that addictions to social networks or to your smartphones is a dangerous addiction? Do you think this addiction should be cured, or you can deal with it independently? So what do you think about that?
Polina, can I ask you a question?
Ahead.
When you are talking about addiction to social media, do you just read them, or you write there something?
Oh, it's a very interesting question. In my opinion, I rarely post something. I usually read. I comment and I read.
You comment and you read, okay? Because I have some time when I spent a lot of time in social media, just reading, not very rare. I very rare posted something or comments, just reading, just read. But once, just one day, I understood that I spent so many time for
So
this
much,
and.
much.
So much, yes, so much time, and that I'm tired to read it because nothing changes. All the same
yes,
information.
But then again and again, you still take your phone and start doing again, no?
No, I just stopped. I just tired and I bored. I bored to read it all the time, and I think for a year I did not even open my Facebook page, and just now only now I start to sometimes to go there, but I don't like
congratulations, Elizaveta. It's very good achievement, seriously, for the person who admits that he or she had a certain addiction to social network. Then yes, it's a good achievement, you know.
It's not achievement because it just happened. I didn't do anything to stop it. I don't know. I just overeat it. I don't know. Переболела.
Сейчас скажу. I got over.
I got over it. Yes, it happened by itself, not by my will.
Okay. So if my next question, how do you react if your friends or your family say you're addicted to something? How do you react? Or for example, because they say, oh, you always check your phone, you're addicted to your phone. How do you react?
I hate it.
Okay.
So, but do you admit, Oля, that you check your phone all the time, or?
Excuse me?
You say that you hate when people comment on your actions, right? When, for example, when you check your phone, I don't know, more often than they think is normal. So, and they say, hey, you check your phone all the time. Stop doing it. And you don't like it.
Polina, do you ask me?
Yes, because who said I hate it?
It's
No,
me,
it's not
Pauline.
me.
Oh, I
okay,
said,
sorry.
Yeah.
I'd like to say another one, another thing. When if somebody say me that I'm addicted, but nobody did it. But if they would, it depends on the situation. I think I will try to check this by myself. So try
whether you are addicted or not.
Yeah, trying to get rid or to refuse doing this action, or to do without this action, and will observe my feeling. So if I'm comfortable with it or not.
I see. Okay. Lyoka, you said that you hate it. So how do you react? What do you do?
Well, the first when somebody tells me this for the first time, I try to ignore it. And
so what? Your friend says, "Hey, Lyoka, you spend too much time in your phone," and you're like, okay.
I can say like "fuck off," something like that.
Okay.
You know? That's a very short and very clear reaction. I think. Just don't tell me anything.
Just bye bye.
That's my reaction. I know what I'm doing. Please, baby.
Okay. Girls, Tanya, Lisa, how do you react if people say that you spend too much time?
I don't feel happy about it when someone tells me about it. But I begin to analyze if the person is right, and if he does, then I try to understand why I have this addiction and what it gives me and what it takes off from me, and etc.
So you're a very self-analytical person, okay? You analyze your
yes. It doesn't help because it's a way of psychological protection, just to analyze everything all the time. So it's addiction also, I think. Just to analyze.
You know, it's like Tatiana said, we have addictions everywhere, okay? There are addictions to this, to that, like to analyze yourself, to addiction. Okay, Tanya, what do you say? What do you have to say? How do you react when people say that you're addicted?
So I'm not sure that people say me that I'm addicted, but for example, I don't know, the usual situation for me, I'm browsing in my phone. My husband tells me something, and after he says, "Tanya, are you listening to me?" I tell, I feel shame, and I always tell, yes, yes, I'm listening to you. I'm just watching you in the phone, but I'm listening to you.
Yeah, I say exactly the same thing to my son.
Really, I understand that it's crazy thing because I'm not really reading something in my phone, and I'm not really listening someone. So I'm in the middle of nowhere.
I see. Yes. Okay. So you're not there and you're not there. Okay.
Yeah.
I had a very interesting thought and I almost lost it. I just wanted to ask you, but do you think? Oh my God! I just lost my thought. Sorry. I had a very interesting question to you, and it went out of my head.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Happens.
Так, ладно, сейчас быстренько переключусь. Okay, so unfortunately, I cannot remember my question. I was preparing my question in my head, just listening to all of you, and this question was new, and unfortunately, I forgot it absolutely. Okay, so right now we are talking about modern addictions, and of course, a lot of people are addicted to their phones and social networks, but let's also discuss different types of addictions. Okay, in our second articles, there were like 10 addictions. Okay, they were listed 10 addictions, which are, well, trends. So one of the addictions I wanted to discuss with you, well, to start with, it's a workaholism. Okay, that's when people work a lot, and when they don't work, they don't feel comfortable. They feel scared, they feel anxious, they feel they have different feeling about that. So what do you think? Is it an addiction? Do you have friends who are workaholics?
Can I talk? So I think I have a lot of friends who is work addicted, and I'm not sure that I can tell about myself that I work addicted, because I have different types of work. Because if I have some projects, I'm working. If I doesn't have,
If I don't.
If I don't have, I don't have. So because I work from like project to project, so it's different. And I think that then I have a project that I have to do. I can't think about anything else. Yes, just about my work. But then I finish it. I'm learning English. I'm going to sports, and making other things. But for me, work is very necessary part of my life, and without work, I feel uncomfortable. I feel very, very badly. And I think a lot of people they exactly this. And for example, now I'm pregnant, and I feel.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. And you know, it's on the one hand, okay, I'm pregnant. I have to I don't know, calm down.
Yeah, and stop working so much.
But I feel like you know, if I'm not working, so like I'm very lonely. Nobody needs me. So
So it sounds like addiction to me.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, to me, to be a workaholic, for example, I think I'm addicted to my work because without work, I feel vulnerable. I feel not protected because when I work, I have a feeling that I can feed my family, I can feed my children, I'm I can afford to buy what I want. I can afford to go where I want. So like addicted to my addiction to work gives me the idea that I'm more or less independent from other people.
Yeah, and also I think, for example, for me it's necessary because I'm afraid to feel addicted from my husband.
It's not addicted. It's to be dependent. To be dependent
Yes,
on.
to be
You don't want to
dependent.
depend on someone.
Yes, and I think it's necessary in humans' life.
Okay.
And in relationships also.
But for some men, it's very important to take care of their women, and to create. Maybe it's an ideal world. I don't know. To create a house where a woman will cook and will take care of him, and he will be the provider for the family. Well, to me, it's a normal model of a family, but unfortunately, it doesn't happen all the time.
No, I don't know what to talk about this.
So, Lisa, Oля, Lyoka, what do you have about this addiction? What do you have to say? Do you think it's a real addiction?
When I read this article, I thought it came to my mind that some of that mentioned addictions not typical for Russians. It's more typical for Americans.
Well, these
For
American, well,
example, whitening teeth or surgery operations. I think it's more about West.
Oля, you will be surprised. Trust me, you will be surprised. Maybe you live in a different world, but I know a lot of girls who are addicted to plastic surgeries. They do boob job, they do nose job, they do a lot of different things to correct their appearance. So it's not a myth. Of course, if we're talking about
Yes.
America or England or well, Western countries, it sounds like it's more typical for them. But no, no, no. Just look around. Look around. We have a lot of Barbie dolls, okay, with identical noses, with big lips, with fake boobs, etc., etc.
So why am I so old-fashioned?
No,
I really didn't notice. I didn't notice such people. I mean,
I think.
I noticed, but not often.
I think you live in a parallel universes. For example, for me, it's also the same. I usually communicate with people who are not addicted to plastic surgeries. Okay, my friends are interesting people, and they have very interesting in the world. Okay, and they don't need to prove something by doing fake boobs or fake lips or fake noses. Okay, so maybe that's why. But right now, the modern trend for young girls, yes, they do a lot of plastic surgeries.
But
Um, uh,
I have just one general idea about all this addiction. I strictly convinced that almost every addiction has the same base. This base is unsatisfaction in our life. So
Yes.
um, if we try to get rid of one habit, one bad habit, without curing the reason
Hmm.
of that, we just we just change our addiction, and that's it.
Hmm. But for example, here we're talking about addictions to our appearance, like exercise, anorexia, right? Addiction to plastic surgeries. Here, yes, the main idea is that you're not satisfied with yourself and you're trying to make yourself pretty. But if we are talking about, I don't know, internet addiction or what else? Television addiction, well, it's actually about the same as the movies addiction. It has different reasons, no?
But I mean, this is always unsatisfaction. You know,
Okay.
about modern addiction, I think nowadays there is just very fast progress in our society, in our lives. So people's minds just can't get used to it so fast, and people try to climb to something in our in their lives, just to low speed. Do you understand my idea?
Maybe you should try to paraphrase it a little bit.
I mean that our life has fast speed, so we there are a lot of new things appear almost every day, and people's mind just can't get used to it so fast, so well. And this is like a defensive mechanism of our minds to climb to something, like to addict to something, just to feel secured, or to feel comfortable in this world, and don't not to get lost.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I have to go. I have to run for my kid. So thank you very much for this day. Hope to see you next time. Goodbye.
Yeah, you're very welcome, Елизавета. Bye-bye, but we're almost over as well. So
okay, bye-bye.
Have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye. Well, yes, Oля, I got your point. I understand. But just my last question. Do you know anyone, for example, who is addicted, let's say, to, the name was very interesting of this addiction, omniomania, shopping addiction. Do you know anyone who is addicted to this or to addictions listed in the second article?
I used to know my colleague. She had such mania, but in a very low low sphere. She can't help buying shoes. And she did it via internet, and she bought or buys. I lost connection with her, but I think I do think she
she keeps on
doing it. So she buys new shoes every week.
Wow, every week.
And she does it without trying on. I can't imagine how to buy any shoes without trying on.
And where does she keep those shoes?
Yeah, she keeps it. And when I asked,
where does she live in a huge apartment?
I don't know, but we discussed with do all shoes comfortable to her, and she said of course not. And I asked, so what she did when it is not comfortable. They are not comfortable, and she said, I tried to wear it anyway, and she had tortures about this. She felt some hurt, and she
felt pain.
She felt pain, but she kept wearing it.
Oh my God. Okay, that's really an addiction. Okay.
Yeah.
But I love shoes and bags as well. Yeah. I'm addicted to scarves.
But scarves and bags are not so dangerous.
It was very funny. I was in Paris, and I said, in Paris to French people, I'm addicted to scarves and bags. And they looked at me, my French friends, and they said, it's normal for women to love scarves and bags. It's not even an addiction in France. It's normal. Okay, just
Interesting.
yes, they try to decorate themselves very much.
I wanted
Okay,
to tell.
yes. Sure.
I
Go
want
ahead.
to tell about one museum in Barcelona. One museum in Barcelona. I forget the name of this museum, but it was created after death of one guy, because I think he was totally addicted. He collected all things and everything, and bought every stuff, because it's very interesting museum. You can see in different rooms, for example, all room with knives, and then the next room is with letters, and room with armchairs, next with Apollons, and with different stuff, and all this stuff.
Алло. Алло. Tanya.
Something went wrong.
Yes.
Yes, and so, and after his death, he didn't had any wives, any children, and nobody, and so people decided to create a museum by this guy, and it's I forgot the name of this museum, but it's very interesting to visit if you will be in Barcelona.
Yeah, sounds like it. Like a crazy man collected everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you all very much. It was very interesting conversation about addictions. Topic is not very easy because it's a very well, we can continue talking about that for hours and hours because it's never endless. There are a lot of different things people can get addicted to. So thank you very much for sharing, for your confessions as well, because not everybody are willing to confess about their addictions to anything. So thank you very much. It was very nice to talk to you, and nice to meet you, Tanya. I will see you, and I hope some more people next Friday at 11:10, 10 past 11. Okay, so we're not going to start sharp at 11. It's going to be 11 and 10 minutes. Okay, Loka, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what we are.
Absolutely right. I think, we have to choose the right for the next time.
Yeah, we haven't chosen the topic yet, so if you have any ideas what to talk about, you're more than welcome.
Maybe we can talk about books. Yeah, what kind of books we read, and why we read, and do we read in general?
Yes, books. Book sounds good.
Books now?
Maybe we could talk about favorite books and favorite writers, literature. Sure, sounds good.
I think we can discuss it a lot more. Enough.
Yeah.
There is a lot to say.
Of course. So, books it is, okay? So the next topic of our conversation club would be going to be books and literature. And time, as I said, 10 past 11 on Friday, May 5th. So everybody's welcome, and thank you very much, and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Polina.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.